Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of our all-new mock building series, where we're going to be building a massive clone base. Now, I spent the last few months building up the armies, getting some new sets, and planning out exactly how we're going to do this new mock. So we're going to start out today by talking about a little bit of the story arcs from the Clone Wars and inspirations we're going to include, and then I'll get into exactly how we're going to do that with a micro build. Then if you stick around to the end of the video, we're going to give you a quick tour of our Lego room, just for some substance in this video, because we're not going to be doing a ton of building. Anyways, let's get into it. Now, as I said before, I've been planning this for months, and really the big issue was deciding what to build. And a lot of the times people build stuff that happened and try to get it exactly perfect to the lore, but what I want to do is include a few different story arcs, sort of put our own spin on it and come up with something new and creative. So one of the first ones I want to do is this episode, and I believe it was season 3 or 4 of the Clone Wars animated TV series, where there is this meeting on Naboo and Palpatine gets abducted for a short period of time, and the whole plot is that Count Dooku assembled this team of bounty hunters and they just abducted him, and it's all resolved within that episode. But I thought it'd be a cool thing to add a similar type of story and a meeting going on in the back of this town here. Now, another one I want to include is Cut LaQuaine, the clone deserter. Now, this guy makes some appearances in not only the Clone Wars TV show, but also the Bad Batch. And he's a clone deserter that ended up on Seleucami, I believe, and he had kids with a Twi'lek. And I thought it'd be cool to add his farm somewhere in the mock, and we're going to have it sort of in the valley leading up to the clone base and the city. Here's a look at where the mock is going to be. It's going to be 12 large base plates in size, which is absolutely massive. It's quite a lot larger than our last big scale mock. I'll address the white boxes and what we're doing with those later on in the video, but first I want to talk about the armies and the vehicles. So first of all, we got Anakin, Ahsoka, Admiral Yularen, Commander Fox, and a ton of clones, and I try to only include the legions that would make sense to be at this sort of Senate meeting that's going to be happening in our town here. And on the vehicle side of things for the Republic, we have a attack tank and a bunch of ATRT mocks from Solid Brick Studios, and we've also got the Coruscant Guard gunship. On the Separatist side of things, I've got my entire droid collection out here on the table. Not to say I'm going to use all of it, I'm going to use what makes sense, but I do want a large force of droids sort of pushing up into this clone base and city. And on the vehicle portion of that, we got Staps, Octopara droids, a droid carrier, and a tank as well. By far my favorite part of this mock is going to be the inclusion of all our really cool alien Star Wars minifigures and citizens. I plan on getting a bunch more throughout the build just to fill out the city, but this is our collection right now. It fills a small base plate, and obviously we got some of those Senate commandos, Palpatine, Padme, and just a bunch of other cool ones. Taking a closer look at the micro build, I tried my best to scale it properly, but it's never going to be perfect. But looking down in the valley, we've got Cut's farm there, and I want to make a custom Cut LaQuaine as best I can. I'll try to find some parts for that. Then if we turn this around and look at the city, I want a massive clone base able to have that gunship on top on a landing pad. We're also going to have diners and apartment buildings and different clone facilities, and then a big town square in the middle and back section. Now, to address the elephant in the room with the massive white boxes, these are actually an exclusive IKEA Lego product, and they're essentially just containers for Lego, and they actually work with the Lego systems. They're 12 bricks high, so instead of buying a bunch of Duplo or a bunch of filler brick, I just bought a bunch of these, and it's going to allow me to elevate the city and have a nice big bridge, which is going to be the focal point of this whole mock. And the only thing is that it's going to have to be wide enough to fit this tank on it, but definitely good purchase. I'm glad I got them. As promised, it's the end of the video, so we are going to give you guys a quick Lego room tour. Now, as you walk in here on the left side, we've got these shelves that hold all of our minifigures. We've got a box there with all the Harry Potter ones, our droid army, most of our original trilogy ones there, and then our clone army / prequel ones on the bottom. And then on this table we have all our specific parts and stuff we don't need a big bin for, usually just a cup worth. And then once you take a look at the back there, it's where all our sets and displays are. In the middle here, we've got a few mocks we did last week, in a video. Definitely go check that out. But it was about some clone legions. And then on each of the sides, we have some Billy bookshelves from IKEA. And on the left here, we've got all of the prequel stuff. And in the middle, we have our Venator, of course, some display sets, the Droideka, some helmets, all the ones that you sort of display. And then on the right, we have original trilogy, a couple paintings we did, thought they looked pretty nice. We got them up there for now until we get more sets. And of course, some AT-AT walkers and such, and even some sequel sets on the bottom. And then, of course, you can't forget the Cantina, which we're going to be putting the Jabba's sail barge next to it in a bit once it comes out, obviously, and a parts tower on the right there. But that is a look at our Lego room and collection. I didn't think it was worthy of its own video, but it's definitely cool to see what people got going on in their collections. Anyways, that's going to wrap up episode 1 for us today. I hope you guys are excited for this series. I'm really pumped. We've got pretty much everything we need to finish this, honestly. The parts collection has grown substantially, so really excited to do it. We just got to get at it. So on that note, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.